Okay, I developed a system here where you can shoot 45 and 40 for the price of 9. I call it the 5-4-3 rule. Every time you use 5 rounds of 9mm, just drop down to 4 of 40 and 3 of 45. Or you could call it a box of 50. Okay, only 40 rounds for 40 and 30 rounds for 45. And that way, when you're shooting, you don't have to worry about the price because I've already done the math for you. All you have to do is think to yourself, okay, I'm going to the range. What do I usually take to the range? Okay, I bring a box of 50. Okay, I want to shoot my 40 today. Okay, I'm bringing 40 rounds for that day for them drills. Okay, and here I'm bringing 30. So you got 50 of 9mm, 40 of 40, and 30 of 45 ACP. So it kind of makes it so there's no confusion at all. You can just kind of go like this. It's kind of tricking your mind a little bit in some ways. And yes, you're shooting less of 45, but I'm just saying the cost per day is going to be the same because you're shooting less of 45 and less of 40. So that's the way I kind of do it. Because there's a lot of people saying online, well, you got a 40, but you're not going to be able to train as much. Or you got a 45 and you're not going to be able to train as much. Nonsense. All you have to do is drop the round count. Because some of these drills require a lot of rounds that are probably unnecessary. You know, if you're shooting a 6-inch target or something like that on a crazy drill where you're using 5-10 rounds of 9mm, do you really need to put that in that center of that target? You know, do you really need that? Even for 9mm, do you really need all that ammo if you're already proficient? And why not use some of that ammo to go do something more difficult? So if you're using 50 rounds here, you're using 40 of 40 Smith & Wesson and 30 of 45 ACP. So that way you're always going to train no matter what caliber it is. So I can go to the range with my 45 anytime I want, or, you know, indoor, outdoor range. Just limit my ammo a little bit. And when I'm shooting a drill, I just divide up the rounds a little differently than I would with the 9. But the cost per day is going to be the same for all 3 of these because what we're doing is we're limiting the 40 Smith & Wesson and the 45. And it does make sense in some ways because a 45 is a bigger bullet and you're making a bigger hole. So you don't need as many holes, you know, if you're counting it for like a standard of incapacitation or something like that. So why not just shoot 30 of 45, 40 of 40, and 50 of 9mm? So it kind of takes the confusion out of the price in the in the training. So now you can train just as much with the 45 as you do the 9mm. You can train just as much with the 40 as you do the 9mm. So the guys online there are saying, well, you know, the reason why 9mm is the best is because you're always training with the 9mm. No, nonsense. Nonsense. A lot of guys can still train with the 40 and the 45 if they have a lot of money. But if you don't have a lot of money and you're on a budget, you can still shoot the 40, you can still shoot the 45. All you have to do is download a little bit. And your range day, you got 50 of 9mm, 40 of 40 Smith & Wesson, and 30 of 45. You can shoot for the same price. So it's not confusing anymore. So that's just something that's kind of like a brain hack in some ways, and it's also a financial hack, if you want to call it that, for shooting and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching.